I think she did even potentially. I was speaking to my mom. But I have to go again. Yeah, but you know what she's like. You know that she said it was really good, like it was worth going, but she sat all the way down there and she said, like, if you're gonna go, get the whole ticket.
Do you remember that happened for the shadow?
The stables.
For the record, I can only coach and I don't really look at the tables.
Well, do you think that was because we knew where they were?
Just in this room or
It's nice, it's just honey wine. It's the same as like regular wine, but they put honey in it. It's lovely.
there's like a pineapple like 2 leaves.
Hi, fellas.
No, they sell it at the Christmas market there. They sell weed there. Yeah. Hot weed is delightful. Yeah, it was alright. I listened to our
I would imagine the one
paper
was
right
quite.
I think it was alright. Yeah.
One's quite
Tax purposes.
restricted.
Yeah, it was alright. I didn't
You'll
have
be
to do
declaring.
obviously. I made a really terrible.
I don't talk about it much. I don't. I haven't done it a lot since COVID, so there really hasn't been much interest in talking about it.
Very nice.
No, you're fine.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Royal Armouries in Leeds. Good gentlefolk, my name is India.
My name's Keith, and between us we'll act as your guides and heralds for the joust today.
You're about to witness a unique spectacle of history, theatre and pageantry in the UK, which is the heart and home of jousting. After all, the Royal Armouries has been staging tournaments here for 500 years.
Admittedly with a bit of a gap between the reign of King James I and Queen Elizabeth II when we first began jousting here at the Armouries.
But you're also about to take part in a very real and very dangerous sporting event undertaken by some of the most skilled and experienced practitioners in the world. They are risking life and limb, but as inspiring as their example undoubtedly is, please don't follow it.
So for your own safety, please don't be
Too
tempted
late.
across the fence between the seats and the arena, as the arena will shortly be full of thundering hooves and flashing swords and pointy lances and all that good stuff.
No less obviously, please don't sit on that back wall. You might think you're going to get a better view, but I can tell you there is a very long drop on the other side.
And it rains, please tough it out in the stands and don't take shelter under the central canopy. For a start, there's too many of you to fit. And for the second thing, you'll be blocking our fire exits.
If there is a fire, the fire exit is below the canopy.
And in the unlikely event there's a fire while it's raining, we're all going to be very conflicted.
Now, with all the splintering lances, it does occasionally happen that a bit of lance may come over the fence. Please don't try to catch it. Also, if you are very fortunate to get one of our coronels, please do return them to us, as they are quite expensive. However, do feel free to take as many photos and videos as you like. You can tag them to us at Royal Armouries or hashtag RA Tournament on Twitter.
And in all the responsible adults, I'm sure there are a few of you there in the audience. Make sure the younger ones understand the safety announcement as well.
Now, we can't emphasise enough that this is a real competition, one that the elite international competitors take very, very seriously. As well as helping to steer your way through this competition, my job is to keep the scores and do the math. However, the unenviable task of judging everything else about the competition falls to neither me nor Keith, but rather to a veteran jouster whose first-hand experience amply qualifies him to do that job, and whose judgment is respected by the other competitors. So please, welcome to the Tilt Yard, our very own jousting champion, the winner of 4 contests in England and 1 in Australia, Andy Dean, officiating today as Knight Marshal. You can see our grand crew is there as well, running onto the field.
Now riding just behind Andy are our Knight of Mercy, Jonathan Brown, and our mounted squire, Matt Cooper. Both these men are regular riders and former jousters at the museum and will assist Andy and the jousters in keeping the event running smoothly.
Good gentlefolk, the Royal Armouries August Bank Holiday tournament features some of the most coveted prizes in the jousting world today. Teams from Australia and England have beaten a path down to our door for the chance to compete across this bank holiday weekend as individuals for the Champions Collar and as national teams for the Smashes Trophy, created in 2019 from the embers of the lances from England and Australia. The inaugural contest in 2019 was held in Melbourne, Australia, but this weekend is the first time that England has hosted this contest. But because courage and strength and skill are not enough to make a knight, there is also a prize for courtesy, which runs through the whole competition, whether the knights are on horseback, tilting or not. But before we get to the main jousting competition, our mounted squire and Knight of Mercy will be taking part in a chivalric carousel to get us warmed up. So, as you can see around the Tilt Yard, we have various different activities for our knights to undertake. Each of them will be marked with points that I will go through in a second. Now, this was a fantastic way of knights testing out their martial skill and prowess. They'll be riding at the rings and they'll be doing the quintain. Now, nothing gave a knight or a squire greater pleasure than throwing up a quintain somewhere in the town square, only to then smash it to bits competitively.
Alright, so the way it's going to work is, they are going to ride to cut the cabbage you can see here on the post and thrust through the heart-shaped target and carry it to the end of the tilt yard. They're then going to return, they're going to have a go at the quintain, and we'll explain the use of that in a minute. They're then going to return to this end again, and they're going to run at the ring. So, who's riding first? It's Mr. Jonathan Brown, our Knight of Mercy.
Now, I'm going to give them 2 points for a good hit and a carry, 1 point for a soft hit and a dislodge, and 1 point per quintain revolution. Jonathan Brown.
Hey, Rhythm. I hear you.
Feel free to cheer. The louder you cheer, the faster they'll ride. Brilliant. 4 points in total for Jonathan Brown. Very nice. Now we have
Nicely
Matt
done.
Cooper, who just putting the heart back on the podium. Lovely.
Now, mounted squire, down he comes.
Oh, missed the post, never mind. Okay, I will give him 1 point there for a soft hit, as he did hit the heart, but it did not dislodge it. Never mind. Still all to play for. You can make up the points in the quintain.
Alright, so the quintain's a T-shaped bar and it spins around. You hit the target to make it spin. The trick is we're going to give them a couple of points for every spin around. It's got to wind up back in the original position, right? Now, this was a way of knights training to hit another mounted man and to understand what the shock of striking a target was like with a lance.
Now you're going to help me count each rotation, because I can't see very well and neither can Keith from here. So if you can loudly call out alongside with me, that would really help. We have Jonathan Brown first, as he comes down. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, very impressive, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Are we going to get 13, do we think?
I think we even be 40.
Might even be 40.
Oh.
Whoa!
40!
Nice.
40. The win save. You can see how this makes up most of your points. We have Matt Cooper now. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, still going. 12, will it be the same? I reckon it will be 13 at the very least. Bit of help left from our ground crew. Not quite. 12 points. Very admirable 12 points. Nice strong hit there by Matt.
All right, so we're now going to run at the ring, so you can see down the length of the tilt barrier that separates the Jousting's horses. 3 rings hanging at different heights. The idea will be to take as many rings as possible on the end of a lance, but not this time a heavyweight jousting lance, this time a lightweight carousel lance with a sharp tip.
Now I'm going to give them 2 points for a carry, 1 point for a dislodge, and no points if they just tap it. So I'm going to be a bit of a taskmaster on this. No points. No points there. Still a strong contained amount of points there. You can.
I have to say it's a little unusual for Jonathan. He's usually a great taker of rings, but never mind. Sometimes one has an off day, and one has microphone trouble as well. So Matt's turn to ride. He's ready to go. He's away. Touch, touch.
Harry, it's 2 points. Lovely. Now, as exciting as that all was, and I'm sure you will agree that was very exciting, to be honest, we've just been easing you in gently, because now, everyone, we come to the joust! Good gentlefolk, pray, clap your hands together, raise your voices in a cheer, and throw your small children in the air! And generally just let rip. Oh, don't actually do it. As we welcome the Royal Armouries International Tournament 2023, our jousting teams from England and Australia!
It's going good, Boone. I'm not going to be talking much because I'm in the stands in the crowd and I don't want to be disruptive. And I want everybody to enjoy the show. But I'll answer questions and stuff after the joust is over as well.
First of all, we have our Australian team. They're led by Mr. Andrew McKinnon, who began jousting in 2010. He was a member of the Knight Order of the Star with Philip Leach, Cliff Marisma and Luke Banks, and was previously marshal of the Royal Armouries Easter Tournament in 2019.
Next team we have Cliff Marisma. Apologies if it is closest to you, but he is professional equestrian. Born in Malta, he later settled in Australia. He is a national renown. He has studied classical horsemanship and he has competed as a rodeo bull rider.
And finally, Renee Marisma. Renee grew up around horses and began jousting training in 2019 under the guidance of her husband Cliff. In the same year, she made her first international jousting appearance at the Corrigan Cup.
Now Renee has her helmet on as she needs her helmet to be bolted to her. So you can distinguish Renee as the rider with her helmet on for the Australian team. Moving on to our England team, we have Mike Collin as our captain for the England team. He is a highly experienced jouster and a member of the British Stunt Register. His 35-year career has taken him from show jumping, dressage, eventing, cross-country, and spending many years in film and television.
Emma Byrne is next. Emma's her second year of competitive jousting and pleased to be returning to compete once more at the Royal Armouries. In her short career, she's already honed her skills in several international tournaments, and earlier this year took the coveted title of non-jousting competitor skill arms champion at the Arundel International Tournament.
And last, but by no means least, Valentin, originally from Bralia, Romania. Valentin moved to the UK 12 years ago. He's been jousting for 6 years, and his first ever show was here at Martial Jousting Tournament.
Well, a very splendid group of riders we have, don't they look magnificent?
Now, the Knights of Australia and England are present, and the Knights will now compete for the Smashes Trophy. The points they win in the heats today will decide their ranking in the grand final on Monday, but they also compete as individuals for the Champions Collar.
Hi, Leo.
Now, everyone, it was common for medieval knights to fight for an individual rather than just for their own sake, and they would indicate this by wearing a favour, usually an item of clothing such as a veil or a glove taken from the chosen person. Now, our knights would like to do the same thing, but rather than steal bits of your clothing, we're going to flip it, so we are going to hand you out favours, one knight at a time. Now we're going to hand it out to the younger members of the audience. So, you younger ones, if you want a knight's favour, you will need to cheer and shout as much as possible to get their attention. So, Andrew, would you like to come forward first and choose your?
I would like to choose Arthur, the red hair and the blue jumper.
We will also have Mike choosing his favour.
I thought you were looking at you there.
So Arthur, Andrew is jousting for Arthur. Round of applause. Cliff, would you like to choose your person to joust for?
Mike is jousting on behalf of Aria. Now Emma, if you would like to choose, if you are ready, either Emma or Val will choose.
Let's see who we've got here.
Do clap and cheer if you want Emma's attention.
Oh, you're making a squire work for his money here. Erin. Excellent. Cliff is jousting for Erin. And finally, Renee, would you like to choose someone to joust for? Don't forget, they'll only see you younger ones if you scream and shout and wave your arms around.
She has a hell of a time seeing out of that helmet too. Look at that slit. The only way she can see is if she leans forward.
Mattia! Emma is jousting for Mattia! And last, can we have Val, please choose who you would like to joust on behalf of today.
So George, was it? Splendid. All right, so Renee is jousting for George. That's some favours done.
All right, helmets and shields now.
Now, as the knights and squires make the final adjustments to their armour and saddlery, our knight marshal is going to explain what the
Actually,
knights are
no,
aiming at,
because
what
it's
the
not
squires are
sitting on her
looking out
head,
for,
it's
and
sitting on
how
her
the
shoulders.
scoring works.
So it takes the weight off.
Jousting for Lucy!
It's also bolted to her chest.
Over to you, Knight Marshal, thank you.
Thank you very much. Beautifully done. So, let's get to the core of this show. Smashing people with big sticks.
My helmet, on the other hand, my helmet murders my neck.
Now, how do you judge such a thing? Well, you have a man of immaculate, impeccable CV. That would be me, the marshal. Now, when the two riders come crashing towards each other, I have 4 things that I'm looking out for. I'm looking for the type of hit. I'm looking for where it hits. I'm looking for the breakage of the lance. And of course, I'm looking for wonderful horsemanship. Now, to help me with those things, I have 2 squires placed at either end. At the top end, to my left, we have David. Wave, David, thank you. He is my scoring squire. And at the bottom end, equally handsome, we have Michael. Now, they will indicate 3 versions. If it is a good hit, they will do this. If it is a foul or illegal hit, they will do this. If, by some mishap, they miss, they will do this. So, then it comes about where they hit. So having made the fact that it was a good hit, they will indicate 3 or 4 different versions. They will either very proudly take their fist pumping onto their chest. Now that will mean that the jousting hit the target, the shield. And for that, they will be awarded 3 points, the best you can do. If they're slightly off, but powerful, then they will take their fist and lay it lightly upon their belly button. That will mean that they've been hits in the body. Or, lastly, an extremity for which they'll only get 1 point. They will indicate a hit to the arm, which would be 1 point, or indeed a hit to the head. Well, hits to the head are not illegal, it just makes it a little bit more fun. Now, my friend here, Josh, he has the lance, the weapon of choice. And I wanted to describe it to you. First of all, hold it nice and high for me, Josh. You have a 7-foot piece of ash. 2/3 of the way up, you have a metal ferrule. Been a piping, basically. And into that, we slot balsa. Now, I learned a word yesterday called frangible. Basically means this balsa is designed to shatter, nay, disappear into powder. The better they hit, the more this lance will shout. It's going to bite with this coronel into their targe. And if they shatter that lance end longer than my marshal's baton, the baton of power, they will be given an extra point for breakage. And lastly, if I deem it wonderful, they will both get a point for horsemanship. So now everyone knows what's going on. Now I'm going to let everybody, all 3 of them, do a practice run before they do their first pass. So I'm going to give you back to our commentators, who will take you serenely through the rest of the show. Thank you, Keith and Lydia.
Thank you, Marshal.
Now you will notice that our Knight Marshal will announce each pass with a laissez-aller. When you hear him say laissez-aller, do feel free to say laissez-aller as well and join in. Now we have our first pass for the England team at the Lockkeeper's End, Mike Collins, and for our Australian team will be Andrew McKinnon.
This will only be a practice run. It will just be a chance for the riders to take the horses down the length of the tilt. Reason for this is that our Australian riders in particular have never met these horses before, although they're highly experienced riders. The idea is for them just to be sure that they're working together with the horse. So we'll do this for the first 3 runs only.
Both.
After that, it will be
This is England versus Australia.
Now remember that this is part of a competition. The Knights are jousting individually for the Champion's Collar and in teams for the Smashers Trophy. We'll go to our Knights now to see if they are ready, our jousters. Just attaching the final finishing touches.
No, well, I'm already on Team Australia because they hired me on the crew.
Jousters safe.
But England is currently winning.
First practice run.
Very nice.
Excellent.
Thank you very much, Knights. Let's get to the other end as quick as we can. Let's get a lance and let's get this show.
So they're getting started. So this is the second session out of 6 over the course of the weekend, and it's currently 42-34 England.
I think the name probably came from the French word for material, which is toile. So to begin with, they were material hangings on the tilt, and it was called the 12 yard. That's how we corrupted it into English, and thus the tilt yard.
Lovely bit of chivalry there. Our 2 knights showing a gesture of goodwill to each other as they passed. Well, hey, I heard that.
Someone's very, very keen. That's lovely.
All right, gentlemen, get your lances, please. Let's get the first run ready. Andrew, take your lance. Mike, take your lance. Get ready, everybody. Signal when ready. Let's say alley! Go, go, go!
Good, hard hit.
That rocked him.
Pass.
That rocked him.
I'm going to go over to our scorers on the block. So, David, can you tell me how Mike did on that run, please? Good strike to Taj. 3 points for Mike England.
Strike to the Taj.
Andrew McKinnon, 3 points, a strike to the Taj. Alma will start for both of our captains.
And so for breakage, well, they obliterated their lances. That is why it's called the Smashes. So 1 point each for the breakage and perfect horsemanship. So excellent. Full marks. 5 for 5. Excellent.
5 points each. 5
Sure, Leo, go ahead.
5 for Andrew. Strong start.
Who have we got next?
We next have Emma riding it from the Lockkeeper's End for England, Emma Pan, and then we have Cliff Marisma riding from the stable end for Australia.
So once again, just a practice run to begin.
Ready? Everyone ready? Let's go. Practice through and through. Next. Thank you very much for that. All went very cleanly. Let us get our horses to the right end. Let's get a lance. Let's get jousting.
Now, of course, these kind of jousts are very, very well controlled. But the reality of early jousts was that they were just cross-country battles with people smashing each other with real weapons, and there were lots of injuries. And over the centuries, it was made safer and safer, as most sports are.
Again, a nice bit of chivalry and showmanship there from our 2 riders. Despite in a competition with each other, our teams wish each other well in this competition.
Cliff has his lance. Emma, get yourself ready. Get a lance. Prepare, please. Emma has a lance. Please, both of you signal when you're ready. They have signaled. Let's say away!
The Coronel went flying through the air there. Gonna go over to the scoring block again. David. How did Emma do? A no strike for Emma.
Oh dear, how did Australia do? Strike to the Taj.
Strike to the Taj, 3 points. So Emma, no points on that one, but we'll go over to the Knight Marshal.
And to make it even more painful, Cliff destroyed his lance. So, point for breakage to Cliff and horsemanship to each. Thank you for your kindness to all.
There we go. Emma gets 1 point on that pass, and Cliff 5 points on that pass.
Ready, Valentin? Take your practice, please.
We have Val from the Lockkeeper's End for the UK, and we have Renee from the Stable End for Australia.
Thank you very much. That's your 1 warm-up done. I think everything's ready.
That was the last of the warm-ups. Remember, from now on, for the next 6 runs after this one, we'll be going at it one after the other.
Now everybody, I'm fairly convinced it will not rain on the righteous. One thing I will point out, if you're going to put an umbrella up, put it up slowly and now. Because horses are scared of everything. So as they're about to smash, if an umbrella goes up, you can find a horse on your lap.
So we have Val from the Lockkeeper's End, he has his lance.
Who
and we
is
have...
ready?
Yes.
Both are ready. And they have signalled, and I say, hey!
I say away! Don't think I'll ever get tired of the splintering of lances. So over to David on the scoring block. Val getting 3 points for a good strike to the Taj. What do we have for Renee? Good strike to the Taj. 3 points for Renee as well. Knight Marshal.
So thank you very much. Over to the breakage. Well, the lances weren't destroyed this time. However, the Australian lance gets a point, so well done to Renee. Unfortunately, Valentin misses out on the breakage, but neither of them miss out on the horsemanship, so point each for horsemanship.
Lovely, so that means that Val gets 4 points. Renee, it storms into the lead with 5 points on that particular pass.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've just finished the first round, so you got an idea. Now I'm going to expect our knights just to grab a lance and be ready to go. So, who's first, please?
First, Emma Pern from the Lockkeeper's End against Andrew McKinnon from the Stable End, please. For
Let's get the
Australia.
lance.
So Emma for England and Andrew for Australia.
Emma is ready. Andrew is ready. Signal! Let's say
Interesting one, man.
Very interesting. They're almost across Emma's field of view. Right, David, how did Emma do? Good strike to Taj. 3 points for Emma there.
I'm seeing a no strike from Australia there. Barricade. So the lance slapped across the body and broke, and that's not a good strike.
That is 0 points there for that particular pass. On to the Knight Marshal.
just very quickly before I get the breakage, and it becomes very obvious very quickly. Let me just expand slightly on a barricade. We want the coronel end to bite into the Taj or into their body. If it's slightly off, well, two things can happen. The lance goes across the body and suddenly becomes a spinning mess for both you, rider, and the horse. So clean breaks. But when we get back to breakage, well, the Australians have hit their straps because Australia get breakage and they both get horsemanship.
Lovely. So Emma has 4 points in total for England and Andrew with 2 points for Australia on that part.
Clicker's ready. Valentin looks almost ready.
Yes,
Let's hear the signal. Let's LA!
Very nice.
Very nice, Joe.
Over to the scorers. David, how did Valentin do? Good strike to the Taj. 3 points.
And Australia. Strike to the Taj.
3 points for Cliff for Australia. And the Knight Marshal now is getting the breakage.
So, Australia get their breakage. Well done, Cliff. Valentin just misses out on breakage.
Oh, no.
Well, both get horsemanship.
So,
Hurrah!
4 points in total for Valentin and 5 for Cliff. Marisma for Australia.
Just out of interest, this scoring system is based on the scoring system of St John Tiptoft, which was first developed in the 1400s when the sport began to become, very much like we're seeing it now.
Right, we're ready. So bring the horse forward.
So Mike is from the Lockkeeper's End for the UK and Renee Marisma from the Stable End for Australia. We are just making sure that all of the helmet is in place to protect the rider.
Please bring yourself forward, Mike. Mike has signalled. Ready to signal. Let's LA!
CLA. Wow. Right, so to our scoring blocks, please, David. Good strike to Taj. 3 points for Mike Collins.
And Australia, Mike.
Good
Strike to the Taj.
So 3 points for Renee for Australia. Now over to our Knight Marshal to judge the breakage and horsemanship.
Well, I hope my knights are not going soft because neither of them got breakage. I know! Hit harder! They get horsemanship, of course. So let's see what the next round will be like.
So 4 points for Mike in total and 4 points for Renee on that pass. Next we have Valentin from the Lockkeeper's End and we have Andrew McKinnon from the Stable End. So Val for England and Andrew for Australia.
Beginning of the third and final round. Each have got one pass left each. So if Andrew is your favourite, well, he's ready to joust, and so is Valentin. Let's
Nice, nice.
Very nice.
Valentin went fast again.
So David, how did they do? Valentin. Good strike to the Taj. 3 points.
And for Australia. Strike to the Taj.
Good strike to the Taj.
Now the dreaded baton comes into play.
Well, the English are back in it. They get breakage. Yes! Australia needs to keep pushing hard with those lances. Smash it! There's a reason we're calling it the Smashes. So, bring forth the next riders, please.
Did they both get horsemanship?
They do both get horsemanship. Thank you for the reminder. Yes, they were lovely.
Good. So, just to clarify, Andrew McKinnon, no breakage.
No breakage.
Okay. So that means that it's 5 points in total for Val and 4 for Andrew McKinnon. Next is Mike Collin from the Lockkeeper's End for England and Cliff Marisma from the Stable End for Australia.
If I can give points for just being really cool, I'd give it to Cliff. Look at him, he looks like a god there waiting to impale an Englishman.
That's Australian team captain Andrew McKinnon.
Ready, both the signals, let's go!
Wow! Can I catch it? No, it just missed. Oh, that was...
We have a prize here if you actually catch a coronel on the side of the face.
Yeah, that's actually his. That's his personal hairdo too. That's registered.
David, how did Mike do? Good
No, you were right. So I knew exactly who you were talking about.
And Cliff. Strike to the dog.
He rocked him with that hit.
Lovely and Knight Marshall.
Now that's what they call it, the Smashes! 1 point each for brilliant breakage for both Mike and Cliff!
Yeah, but you're right. Azure means blue, and the wolf was rampant, so you were right.
Now, last but by no means least, we have Emma from the Lockkeeper's End for England and Renee from the Stable End for Australia.
Who are ready? Signal, let's get this going! They signal, let's say LA! Final one, cheer!
That's a break. Nice.
Okay, over to our scorers. David being multitasking there. Let's go! Good job,
For Australia. Strike to the dog.
Okay, Knight Marshall, down to you.
So, that final one, I think it's obvious to all and sundry. You're all jousting experts now. Breakage and horsemanship to both.
Excellent. 5 and 5. So I'm going to do some very quick maths now to figure out where we are at with the scores.
Well, I've had an absolutely magnificent bit of jousting all day today. This afternoon was, I thought, outstanding, wasn't it, Marshall?
It was indeed. Now I want our knights to gather as quickly as they can. You don't have to take the helmets off, I know you're all gorgeous. But if you can bring your team to the middle as quickly as you can, we can get ourselves ready. And also, ladies and gentlemen and people, this is your Kodak moment. If they were your favourite team, they're going to line up together and then you get 3 fabulous jousters in your legs. So, the English team are lining up. Thank you, English team.
Okay.
Cliff, come on, let's get ourselves going. Renee, line yourselves up, as we have some scoring.
So, it is very pleased for me to announce the winner from the individual skill at arms. You remember Jonathan Brown and Matt Cooper at the very beginning there. The winner with 18 points was Jonathan Brown. Very impressive hit on the Wednesday. Next, for the winner of the individual of this particular round is Clifford Marisma, Australia.
Well done.
And surprisingly, Australia have snuck in the lead for the team's points today. 14 points. 42 points actually.
Nice.
Against 37. 34. Looks like my captain is not great, but Australia in the lead.
All I can say is, our knights are now going to come to the top end, and then they're going to come past you one more time. As the Australians are the victors, they get to leave second, but if you can come towards me, England, can you make your way out victorious in your own hearts, because you were noble, strong and brave and wonderful horsemen. So, for the England team, one big cheer. Where are you going? You Australians have no idea. Why do you go that way? There's going to be a crash. You have one job. Follow the English.
Well, that concludes this heat, but don't forget to pop inside the
Mike,
tournament gallery.
Valentin and Emma. And we have Andrew, Ben, and I promise you, inside that helmet is the wonderful Renee.
Yes, Renee bolted into her helmet. So, the tournament gallery features real and in some cases royal tournament arms and armour from the 15th and 16th century. But also this year we have the Full Tilt exhibition, which celebrates 30 years anniversary of the jousting here at the Royal Armouries.
So can we please give one last big hand to everybody who's made the event possible today. That's the riders, it's the ground crew, it's us, it's the clubhouse, everybody, the horses. If you'd like to support the Armouries, become a volunteer, a member, or in other ways, please ask our staff for details.
But much more importantly, if you would like to meet with knights and horses, please stay in your seats and allow the people who don't wish to leave the tilt yard. But do feel free.
We'll go talk to Team Australia in a moment. We're gonna chill for a minute, let people get out of their seats. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We'll do some questions and whatnot. And
All right, everybody, we hope you have a wonderful day at the Royal Armouries. Enjoy the rain ride. Thanks very much for stopping by.
let you guys take this all in. There goes Mike Collins again. There's our squires and the marshal. There goes Valentin in the back. Oh, looks they're gonna get Renee's helmet off finally. There we go.
There's like a real sense of family.
There she goes. All right.
Like I was like way back to the mission
All right. So most of the folks are gonna head down. They're gonna get autographs with the knights. All right. Let's step up over here real quick. Ouch. That kind of hurt. All right. So you guys got any questions or anything while we're sitting here waiting? Anything you want to know? Since I've done this before. This is my bucket list item though. I want to joust here one of these days. This would be a dream come true to be able to joust at the Armouries. There we go. Nice job, Emma. Is there standardized weight for the armor, or is it individual preference? It's mostly individual, so they're using a high carbon steel, which is pretty light. But there's going to be subtle differences in it. So in this joust, they're usually around 75 pounds. What is that, like 35 kilos? I think I could have that wrong. But yeah, they don't want it too heavy because they want to be able to move. But you definitely want it made out of high carbon steel for sure. There we go. So, and there's different styles of helmets. That's where the weight really comes into it. Yeah, it's hot in there. It is definitely hot in there. Thankfully, you got some really nice English weather currently because it's now just started to rain. So as soon as they take off that Kuros, they're just going to be like, just get this blast of cold air on them, which is going to feel wonderful. But yeah, I think the biggest difference in a lot of these armors. I mean, there's subtle differences in the design. Like if you see, I don't know if you can even see the design on Renee's real quick. That's more of a German style. So there's a lot of what they call fluting, little lines and stuff throughout it. Mine's a little more English, so it's not as many pretty lines on it as hers is. Same with Cliff's over there, and Andrew's kind of roughly the same. She wears a frogmouth jousting helmet. It's specifically designed for jousting. It's the only purpose for that helmet. Cliff wears a great bassinet, which can be used in combat as well as jousting. Oh, they're all really flexible, because they're not just they're made to fit their body, so it's not like a one size fit most kind of thing. It's actually custom fitted to them. And then it's also, instead of like using leather straps and stuff that a lot of like SCA people do for their armor, it's tied to a jacket that they're wearing underneath the armor. And it gives them a lot more freedom of movement, and allows them to be a lot more flexible. I want to sneak in because I didn't see Rodney over there holding her helmet. This is a trip. I'm going to show you guys this. Oh God, that's a deep step. Yeah, that's because I ain't in Cali, Poppy. I'm in England today. So let's check this shit out. These guys are getting their autographs. Oops, sorry, man. Thank you. Oh, that was almost bad. Yeah, I'm on vacation in England right now. I'm gonna step up a little bit so I can get an overhead view. And you see that disc on her shoulder is it's called a bessigue, and it's there to protect her armpit. Because the shield's going to be on her left, and so she needs to be able to protect her right side as well. And then Rodney there is holding her helmet, which is a frogmouth. You can kind of see, like when you look at it, you're like, how in the hell can you look out of that thing? And that's because she has to lean forward. Nice, it looks like amazing. It's so hot. Oh yeah, it's been about in the 70s today. So I'm gonna let these folks get their autographs, and we'll see if we can get a close-up of that helmet. Actually, hey, Rodney. Hey, Rodney. Can I get a shot of the helmet over there? Thanks. Appreciate it, mate. Yeah, so this is Renee's frogmouth bassinet, and so as she's sitting straight up, her eyeballs are really right here, so she can't see shit when she's sitting straight up. So the only way that she's going to be able to sit is if she leans forward in the saddle like that, and then that's where she's going to be looking through. And the whole thing is designed to take and deflect the lance shot. So if any shots that come up to her head, it's going to get deflected to the sides, going to get deflected upward. And her eyes are going to be protected through all of it. And so yeah, so in the back of it here, this is sorry, there we go. So that's how it goes on. Hi. Oh, I'm sorry. We get out of the way there. So it's bolted on in the back. This is where it goes on into the back, and then there's some bolts for the front of it. Yeah. They go on the front of it. That's why she has to come out onto the field with it already on, because it literally has to be bolted onto her. But it's going to take a lot of the weight off of her head and her neck while she's wearing it. That way the shoulders take the brunt of it, and she can remain protected. Thanks, mate. So yeah, that's it's a very, very special helmet, and it's only for jousting. They only use that for jousting. Yeah, that's her thing. Cats are her thing. She's a cat rescuer. Back in Australia, back at her home. She's also a full-time jouster at Crowell Castle. And this is the man of the horses, the legend himself. So currently we're sitting at, I can't read, I can't see that far. We tied at 74 points apiece. Cliff won today's, so Cliff won the individual for today's joust. Australia won the team competition for today's joust. And then we'll be back at it again tomorrow for 2 more shows at 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock England time, which equates to 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. in New York, I think. Now, how horses are these tournaments? Are the nights actual nights, or are they just riders? So that's a complicated question. They're not knighted in the historical aspect of it. Like Queen Elizabeth did not knight these people before her passing. King Charles obviously did not knight these people. So they're more. They would be more.
Keep going. Keep going. Sorry.
So they're more of the. We would call it historical interpretation. However, they are using historically accurate rules and historically accurate equipment. As one person had pointed out to me, is like, oh, is that armor's not real? No, that armor is real. It's just not as old as the original stuff. And they're made exactly, to fit like they did back then. Yeah, you can hit. It's real. There's no faking it on this one. Looks like the rain's starting to subside a little bit. So you can kind of see, we're looking at, there's no way I'm going to get across to the English side right now. Everyone's still signing autographs over there, but you can kind of see over there, that's Team Australia's scoreboard for today. So Cliff, obviously with 15 points, takes the lead on that one. Oh yeah, you feel it. You still wind up with bruises when you're done too. Yeah, my pleasure. This is my passion. I love jousting. I'm like a lot of people. When you were a kid, you were always wanted to grow up to be either a cowboy or a knight or something like that. And now I actually get to do it. I actually get to be a knight, and it's an amazing feeling. It's just so much fun to do. I love doing it. I don't get to do it enough, I think. And I mean, I'm a contact sport guy. I loved playing hockey when I was younger, and now I get to play like medieval hockey and just blast each other with lances. It's fantastic. You hit in the head. There's a real chance for it. Yes, there is a real chance for injury. I got some pictures of some friends of mine that have lost teeth, that had their teeth knocked out. Cliff's been knocked out cold once from a headshot. But the helmets themselves do the work. They work. They do their job. So there's always a potential for serious injury, but the way the armor is made, getting killed from a headshot is highly, highly unlikely. What else did I man for that? You're welcome. You're welcome. Before I set off, I want to make sure you were there. That's great, Raven. Yeah, I think that bolt-on helmet might help with that. Less chance of cervical damage. Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's why she wanted it when she saw a friend get knocked off of her horse and they got injured from it, and she's like, nope, I want a frog mouth from now on. I want to get bolted in, and I want it to where I don't have to worry about any serious injury if I come off my horse. I like the flexibility of my helmet because I can turn my head in it. None of these guys on the Australian team can turn their head when they're in their helmets, which makes visibility even more of an issue. So looks like the English team is thinning out. Maybe we'll walk over and check out the scoreboard on the English side. Say hi to the English Knights.
Just a little bit grayer than no, that's my like this.
Yeah, and you can put your hand between.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. There's Mike.
Take it in a bit. Too expensive.
Mike.
Best way of doing it. Very smart. Very good.
I dropped, I think, 2 breakage points.
Come on, let's go.
Yep, that is true. That is the truth. Okay. So yeah, so that's the English scoreboard over there. And so yeah, so right now England is in the overall lead right now, 79 to 74. There it is. And then we'll sneak over here, take a peek at Emma, talking to somebody right now, talking about her armor. Well done. All right. I know they wear pads under that armor historically. It was like, no, actually we don't. We don't. So historically speaking, they would only wear a jacket, what would be known as an arming coat. It's simple. It's simply a linen coat with strings attached to it for the different places you tie the armor to, and that was it. There is no extra padding, no extra, you know, like gambesons or anything like that. Now that I'm thinking about it, I might actually have to put something together on TikTok or YouTube for shorts for a quick little arms and armor demonstration while these guys are getting dressed. That would be kind of neat. Now that I'm thinking about it. I think people might get a kick out of that. I think I'm the only Twitch streamer that actually jousts or does jousting content, so that's interesting. Of course, 13 million Twitch streamers, I'm probably wrong. Alright.
First time going down with Lance, but you reach it out into that impact.
Let's see. The kid isn't really. Thanks, Ram. Or the padding would dampen the ability to distribute the first. No, I don't think it would at all. I think what it would do, all it would do is just it would affect their mobility inside the armor. If you're all padded up and everything, you're not going to be able to move as well. And then put the armor then on top of that, and you're restricting your movement even more. I think that's why there's not so much padding on there. Padding is good. Otherwise, you'll end up with little circles. Nope, there's no padding under the mail either. Yeah, there's no padding under the mail either. What doing? We are just getting done with our second joust show of the day. And then, yeah, we're going to take and be back at this tomorrow. Fucking Ram. And so, yes, so there's... But we're gonna wrap up here shortly, and then we'll be back up. We'll be back at this again tomorrow. Again, I only know I'm terrible at time zones. So it's gonna be at 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Great Britain time, which, if I remember correctly, is like 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So tomorrow, and then again on Monday. Yeah, I did get Trippy's message. I replied back. It was 2 a.m. when he messaged me, and I was asleep, so I messaged him as soon as I saw it. Remind me to ever come visit, bring my Viking accent wardrobe. You should, dude. You should. There's a Viking festival in California coming up in next month. All right. So I think we're gonna go check on the. No, they're leaving. Okay. So we're gonna go. He wanted to call you at a time we can. Yeah, do not call me at 2 o'clock in the morning. I will not answer my phone. You never messaged me back, so I think again. I thought I did, but yeah, you're very, very welcome. I hope you guys have a fantastic honeymoon. Okay, I'm gonna switch sides here. There we go. All right, so an hour into it, Ram finally grabs first. You guys got to get on the ball here. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. We will get back at you tomorrow. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We'll be doing it again for 2 more days until we crown a champion. All right. Much love, guys. See you later.